The Google Pixel 9 Pro adopts a boxier design compared to its predecessor, the Pixel 8 Pro. It's the perfect balance, not too bulky but not too small, making it my Goldilocks phone of the year. Google has introduced Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 along with a fingerprint-resistant aluminum frame, making the Pixel 9 Pro less slippery. The camera design now protrudes from the back at an angle to prevent scratches. Pixel 9 Pro, with its smaller 6.3-inch Super Actua display, boasts a slightly higher pixel density of 495 ppi. This means you get a marginally better picture quality on the smaller screen due to the more compressed pixels, though the difference isn't hugely noticeable. What I did notice during my testing was the increased brightness, which has jumped from 2,400 nits to 3,000 nits. Additionally, the contrast ratio has been improved, but the difference is subtle. Modern phones are just that good now. The Pixel comes with Android 14 and offers 7 years of software support, including an upgrade to Android 15 in the autumn, making it one of the longest supported phones on the market. The key new additions for Pixel phones this year are AI-based, being among the first to run Google's latest Gemini Nano AI models on the device. This feature provides a fully conversational mode, allowing you to engage with Google's most advanced Gemini assistant through an open mic, facilitating a back-and-forth discussion. It's smart enough to remember conversation topics and progression, offering useful information and even asking its own questions to keep the conversation flowing. Another handy AI utility is the Screenshots app, which organizes your shots and makes them searchable. The Google Pixel 9 Pro is powered by the Google Tensor G4 chip, which is the latest and most advanced processor in Google's lineup. This chip is built on a 4-nanometer manufacturing process, making it incredibly efficient and powerful. The camera is the 9 Pro's crown jewel. It supports the full-top Google camera system, including a 48-megapixel ultra-wide, 50-megapixel main, and a 48-megapixel 5x telephoto camera, which comfortably outzooms similarly sized rivals that are typically limited to 3x zoom. The cameras are all-round excellent, capturing detail-rich images across the board. They excel in more difficult scenes such as dim lighting or motion. The 5x telephoto camera has an in-sensor zoom feature, producing the equivalent of a 10x optical zoom to meaningfully close the distance to objects. The new Add Me feature helps photographers join group shots by blending 2 photos taken back-to-back into one image. Overall, this is an excellent camera setup. The Google Pixel 9 Pro is equipped with a 4,700 milliampere battery. The battery performance is impressive. With typical usage, users can expect up to 2 days of usage. It supports 27-watt fast-wired charging and can reach 55% charge in just 30 minutes. The phone supports 21-watt fast wireless charging with the Pixel stand and 12-watt wireless charging with Qi-compatible chargers. You can also use the Pixel 9 Pro to charge other compatible devices wirelessly. Content creators should especially appreciate the camera features like Magic Editor enhancements and the upgraded selfie camera. Either way, if you are already fully vested in the Google system, this is the device for you.
The iPhone 14 Pro Max is one of Apple's top-notch phones. It has a shiny metal frame and a smooth glass back and front. The front glass is super strong and can handle some drops. The phone has speaker and mic grills on the bottom and the lightning port that won't go away. The design is very Apple-like and cool. It can handle dust and water too. The iPhone 14 Pro Max has a big 6.7-inch screen with 120 Hz that looks amazing. It's an OLED screen with a super sharp resolution, and it shows colors really well. The other thing is how bright the screen can get. It can go up to 1,000 nits normally, but if you're outside in the sun, it can crank up to 2,000 nits. That means you can see everything clearly even on the brightest days. everything feels bigger and better on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Playing games, checking Twitter, watching YouTube, browsing the web, you name it. One thing I really dig is the dynamic island. It's a black bar at the top of the screen that replaces the old notch. It sounds silly, but it's actually super cool and makes me wonder what else Apple can do with it. The iPhone 14 Pro Max is a great performer, as you would expect from an iPhone. It has the new A16 Bionic chip, which is faster and more efficient than the previous models. The A16 chip can handle any app or game you want to use, and it also has 6 GB of RAM for smooth multitasking. Apple's cameras have been awesome for a while, and the iPhone 14 Pro Max makes them even better. Apple finally upgraded to a 48-megapixel main camera with a big aperture and sensor shift stabilization. That means you can use it as a 2x zoom lens too. There is also a 12-megapixel telephoto camera for 3x zoom and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera. The selfie camera is also 12 megapixel, and it can autofocus for the first time on an iPhone. And that's not all. The iPhone 14 Pro Max has a new photonic engine that makes the colors and textures look amazing in low light. The main camera takes stunning photos in any light. The colors are vibrant, the details are sharp, and the blur is natural. The ultra-wide camera is also awesome. It lets you capture more of the scene without losing quality. It doesn't make things look distorted at the edges, which is nice. And the best part is the macro mode. It automatically turns on when you get close to something. The 12-megapixel telephoto camera has been a pleasant surprise. It may not seem as impressive as the 30x and 100x zoom on a Galaxy S22 Ultra, but it works very well. It lets you zoom in 3x and capture your subject with great detail and color. This device has a 4,323 mAh battery. The iPhone 14 Pro Max is a great choice for anyone who loves a big screen. The cameras are amazing, especially for video. You can capture smooth action shots and cinematic effects with ease. The battery life is also impressive, lasting longer than most phones.